Hi guys, it's me Karen, and I just wanted to come by and give a big thank you to a few of my subscribers who've sent me some beautiful gifts. And this is about the only time I've been able to sit down at my desk and do anything. So I wanted to express my gratitude, and I really, really want to thank you all for what you've all do for me just about every day, as giving me as much support as you do when you watch my videos and you give me comments that I totally sometimes I get overwhelmed by. And I also get overwhelmed when you guys send me gifts, which just kind of blows me away. So I wanted to show you some of the things I've gotten, and I wanted to thank everybody. I'm not going to name names on this video. You'll know who you are when you see what I have on my desk, but I wanted you all to know how thankful I am and how much I appreciate you. So we're going to start off with this little pile right here. These are a set of makeup brushes that were sent to me by one of my subscribers who had asked me if I have ever used these with my distress ink. They're extremely soft, and I only use these kind of things and the little stick dauber thingies. And I noticed there's a couple of really small ones in here that might even work better than those. And I will definitely do a video on how I use these when I get them all out of their crinkly packaging. But I mean, looks so much better than these little sticks that I use that tend to fall apart quite quickly. So I'm looking forward to trying these out. I will be doing a video, like I said, in the new year on using these on a project. And probably in one of I'm going to scoot these over to the side because they're crinkly, in one of the books that I've gotten. So this is one book I've received, and this is the Oceaninmaginary book from Susan Carlson. Excuse me. And it's Ruby Charm colors. And inside this book is a whole bunch of beautiful pictures of ocean life. And you get some on black backgrounds and get the white background. You'll get a single item on them, but sometimes you'll get cool little pieces in each of these pages. This is one of her books that you have journaling spots in, color charts in. If you would like a flip through of the book page by page, I will get that up on my channel also, but this is one of the books that I didn't have in the set, and now I do, and I really appreciate it. I love the fish and the ocean life in this book. It is just gorgeous, so I'll have to do a flip through on that one. Put that one aside. I also have the 2020 Organizer and Coloring Art Journal by Ruby Charms, which is also Susan Carlson. And this one is her new one. I wonder if I have the old one sitting here. I'll show you it. This is last year's, the 19. So they're the exact same size. You'll notice one thing is the 2020 is a little thicker than the 19, which is nice. This is the one that I have put my color charts in on my pencils. I have noticed, because I follow Susan on her Ruby Charms Color Facebook group, she has taken her book and cut the spine and put it in a binder. I just got this all dirty. I'll have to wash that off. I'm sorry, I just lost my track. She cuts the binding off so all the pages are single, and then she puts it inside either a 3-ring notebook that you can buy at the store, or some people have been putting them in leather-bound journaling type books. And I thought that would be something really fun to do. And then you can pop out the pages if you want to do, say, a coloring of the crab or something, and do a photocopy of it, and then pop this one back in and put the coloring page in with it in one of these notebooks. I believe she has the instructions on how to do that on her, is it her blog? There's a link for it in her Facebook. I can put that down below, her Facebook group, and you can ask to join. You would only post these colorings on that page, though, so it's a consideration. But she gives you good links for what she does with her picture. The artwork in there is just gorgeous if you want to join the Facebook group. I will do a flip through of this if you like. It has hundreds of pages in here. I mean, more than 100 off. This is 101. So, I mean, they're numbered. So you can do a key chart at the beginning of the book. There's over, 300 pages in this book. There are big color charts. There are little color charts. There's gorgeous pictures sprinkled in here. Like on these, you can do shading and then write down what colors you use to shade into. She's labeled the pencils up here and then all of the numbers and the names. So all you have to do is color in your colors into the boxes. And I believe she has almost every coloring pencil set there is in this particular book. So we've got the ink tints, we've got the Karin Dash, we have, even if you're doing like the black pages, if you want to put your gel pens. Let's get to a black page. I was just there, I thought. Yeah, like this one. You can do your gel pens on this page and write them down here, or if you have like watercolors that are metallic, you can also put them on there if you want to see how they work on black papers. So that is always a fun thing to do, and have a chart made up so you can figure out when you are actually, like if you want to print one of your pages on a black paper, and then you can go in here and figure out which color combination you can use on the blacks, which is great. And also for the cool pictures that she has in her books that are on black paper. So she has blank ones, and then she has the ones that are written down, and in here you've got notes and color combinations you can write down. I mean, there's 100 billion things in here that you can do with one of these. She's got blank pages if you want to write down your ideas for what colors you want to use in a specific book, or list the books that you have, list the whips you have. I mean, you can do anything in here. You can just write down some poetry you heard that you liked, or a saying that you liked when you were at your work or walking home or something. But I mean, there's just some gorgeous ideas in here, and pictures. She also puts graphs in here if you want to draw your own type things. So I could do an in-depth video on this book also if you like. So we will put that one aside. And then I got these beautiful markers. Hold on a second. Okay. I got this beautiful set of Karin markers here. These are just absolutely gorgeous. And I can show you, I mean, the box itself is just really cool. So it has this lid that just flips up and over. It's magnetized down here on the front, so you always have it closed. On your desk, you can open them and look at all the beautiful colors that we have here. I just think they are gorgeous. Okay, we have 3 blenders in here. So you got a blender pen. The neatest thing about these, other than they're a water-based ink, I was trying to pick out one that you can really see the ink barrel in. Here we go. So they have a clear tube here of the ink down in here. And you'll notice there's nothing up at the top, because if you store them upright, all the ink is down here. You turn them and the ink just goes down to the tip. So the tip will be wet up here, and when you flip them back over, the air bubble comes up. So you always know how much ink you have in your pen, which is, I think, fun. You know, if you had a dark one, you would never know until you ran out. But say you're doing a project and you have that much left and you're like, yeah, I got enough to do that project, yay, so I can use this one. You can also take these and, like your chameleon pens, put them tip to tip. You have to hold them upright, and you count to like 5 to 10 seconds on there. And then when you use the bottom one, it'll have this ink transferred into the tip, but this ink washes it out, so you'll have a nice gradation, which is a fun thing to do with these. Also, you can do that with the blender pen, is you can put the color onto the blender, and then the blender will take it, and you'll just have this one faded from dark to light to nothing, because basically it'll turn it into nothing at the end of it, which is a great thing on these. They have a soft head on them. If I can open this up, and I'll color my finger, but you can see it's soft. It bends, which is nice. So it's kind of got like it's a hard brush tip, but a brush tip all the same, which is neat. They are suitable for, you know, coloring with or using on watercolor paper, because they are water-based ink. You can use them for calligraphy along with coloring, and you can add water to them to thin them out, so you can use a water brush with them too. You can also, like I always do, is use one of these little sheets here, and you can put down 2 colors and mix them together like any watercolor. You can put down you know, 1 color and just thin it out too, to make it a lighter color if you need it. So you can use it that way, like I use my ink tints and everything else. I really like these pens, but they were not available here in the United States, I think. You have to get them from Europe. And then they came from the UK. So I want to thank everybody for sending, the person that sent that. I'll show you what the colors look like. I did a color swatching of those. Now the only thing, let's move these on the side, drop everything on my desk. The only thing about them, because they are a water base, but they're coming out of a pen, so they have a lot of liquid to it. They do bleed through the paper. So what I did was, on this, I did a swatch across, just do. And then I went over the first half again, and then I just drew 3 lines over here, a lighter, kind of a heavier pressure, just do, okay, to see what it would do on the other side of the paper. This is just a little bit thicker than copy paper you put in your printer, but it's not cardstock. Lots of stuff go through this. I'm pretty sure some of the ink tints went through here, but it won't go through some of the, you know, coloring books. But it did do a bit of bleed through. It did it mostly when I put 2 layers on here. The single layer didn't bleed. You get a little shadowing. And the lines I did, you cannot see those at all. So depending on what type of paper you're using in your coloring book, and how much you go over it, will kind of dictate if it'll bleed through or not. But these are the colors, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And you get a nice selection of grays. the canary yellow. That's one of my favorite. But I mean, they're beautiful colors. They do, like I say, if you go over it a couple times, will bleed through. The reds kind of bleed through more than anybody else. And the grays are pretty, you know, standard. That gold up there did bleed through. But I mean, if you're only going over one coat, they blend really nice with each other, so you're not getting too many streakage. So you may not have to go over it twice. But like I said, if you're using it in heavier paged books, or if you're even using it on one-sided pages, just make sure you put a piece of paper behind the page, and you can use these just beautifully. And I probably will be using these with water. So look forward to a video on using these in a color book, along with using these with my distress ink, making a book out of this one, taking it apart and putting it together, and coloring in this one. I just think watercolors and or these markers will just do gorgeous on these pictures. So I really want to thank everybody for all these gifts. I really, really, really appreciate it. And I really appreciate all your support you guys have given me over the year. I will try to get a video out of all the pictures that I have done this last year. It might not come up on YouTube until January 1st. And I will try to get a video of the last 2 months, show you the pictures I did in the last 2 months. And I still need to finish my advent calendar. I have gotten behind on that, but I will do a video that may be just a sped up coloring of the finished couple pages, because I have, let's see, I have to do 7 of them because I didn't finish them. I did do the faces on here, boom, with the Prismacolor pen that I had when I was doing the original one on the first page. Just thought I'd go through and add that into everything. So I have that to finish too. Hopefully I can get that up before the end of the year. Oh boy. Okay, anything else? Nope, I think that is it. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Looking forward to using these things. Anyway, thank you again for all the gifts. I really, really appreciate it. You all know who you are, and I really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart. I thank you all for watching and supporting my channel for the last year, and I hope I will look forward to seeing all of you next year. Take care, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.